Jolly welcome everyone, my name is Yhurgis and I hope you guys are enjoying Smissmas 2023. I was a little bit nervous at first. I was actually one of the skeptics for the newest map, Krampus, but after playing a little bit and enjoying myself as well as doing some research outside of TF2, I found myself very, how do I put it, appreciative of this map and this new boss. Now, you're going to be watching me play against Krampus. I'm killing Krampus, slaying Krampus, whatever you want to call it. Basically dissecting the newest boss in the TF2 universe. Now, you may be wondering, what was I so skeptical about? Well, my biggest worry was that this was going to be a copy-paste boss. What do I mean by that? I think, basically, in simplest terms is, I was worried that this was going to be a reskin of Triple H, the headless, horseless head taker. Or, you know, Monoculus, or basically any other boss. I thought that this was going to basically be a reskin, and basically it was just going to be the same painting, just with different colors. Now, I think in some ways they share a lot of similarities, and in other ways Krampus is very unique. Now, what do I mean by that? So, Krampus is a melee-based, AI-driven entity that goes ahead and kills all mercenaries, regardless of team. So, it's going to attack both red players and blue players. It's different in the sense that while it is in the map, and while it is actively attacking players, there is no truce, which typically happens between players, you know, once a boss starts attacking. Now, that means you can use Krampus to basically attack the opposing team and expose them, their weak spots, by breaking apart basically, you know, any form of, you know, teamship or teamwork. Basically just slashing at the kinks of the armor that has been made by Krampus. That, in my opinion, is a lot of fun, because you're no longer going after a team that is super secure in their position. Maybe they've got some NG, you know, set up in the corner with, you know, a nice nest going on, or some heavies and medics, you know, very firmly planted into the ground. No, everyone is running across the map, trying to avoid this giant goat demon creature that is basically whipping at people with branches of birch tree and flinging into the sky giant burning heaps of coal. No, this is very unique, and in my opinion, that itself made this map a lot of fun. That being said, it is a very safe boss. It is very safe. And what do I mean by safe? I mean safe as in it doesn't break the formula of a TF2 boss too much. Okay, so the formula that I've noticed time and time again is that a TF2 boss is basically, you know, a massive pool health entity that does a lot of damage and is to be feared by everyone in the server. That's okay. That's what a boss is supposed to be. Okay? But once the boss is killed, it opens up a portal to an underworld where when you're in the portal, the longer you're in there, the more health you lose, and you basically have to beeline straight to the exit portal, which you then get rewarded with either crits or Uber or a mix between the two that you use to then capture the point. Does that sound familiar? Because that's exactly what happens in Krampus as well as Monoculus. Okay, so it's kind of a blend between the Headless Horseman, or Headless Horseless Head Taker. I'm gonna basically mess up that name a lot, so I'll just call him Triple H. But Triple H does the exact same thing, where he just attacks people, and whenever he's killed, that's it, okay? He does the exact same thing as Krampus by basically attacking people with melee, and then Monoculus does the same thing, where he attacks players and then opens a portal that basically can be a tiebreaker by rewarding players who are brave enough to go into this underworld portal. So he's kind of like a mixture between Triple H and Monoculus in some way. And then also he has his own thing where there's just no truce. Okay, So all these things are great. In fact, that makes for a really interesting boss. I think he's awesome. Is he main event worthy? I think so. I think he is. I think he's a very unique idea. And although Smissmas 2023 played it very, very, very safe, he is welcome, in my opinion, to the TF2 universe as a boss. He fits right in. Like, that's how safe he is. He fits right in, and that's a really good compliment for me. Like, I'm saying this as a compliment because this was a community-made boss, basically. Community-made boss map. Voice lines were made. You know, you could tell that people who made this really loved the idea and went for it and shot at the stars, and they bullseyed it, basically. And you know what? I think that's great. I think we need that. Now, what my gripe would be, if there is any, is that it played too safe. So, at the end of Smissmas, what are people going to think? Oh yeah, it was a fun holiday event. Okay, that's great, but what else? People would probably be okay with just that. And you know what? If I'm the only person that's not, that's okay. But what I want, and what I want people to think about is, for the next update, for the next big thing, what kind of content are we going to get? Is it going to be content that we think is fun for just a short while, and then whenever it's over, we forget about it? Or do we want content that is going to basically shake the game at its knees and create something new that players won't forget after the event has finished? That's what I want. And Krampus is too safe for that. Now, the people who made Krampus probably were not expecting to make something like that. They wanted to make something that could just be enjoyed for the holiday event, and that is perfectly fine. I think it's great. I think it's a great map. In fact, a lot of people that talk about Krampus say good things about it. Now, most of the people that talk about Krampus kind of are brief about it. But you know what? That's okay. That's not really a bad thing. If it's a brief concept and it's made and polished and finely made and finely tuned and crafted, great. It's way better than what I would have ever made. But as someone who can honestly just share how much I care about this game, I want to at least say, hey, you know what? It's okay to play safe. And if that's what we're going to do from here on out, let's just go with that. But if there is the hope to shake things at its core, let's do it. Because this year was probably one of the weirdest years for TF2. Valve kind of opened up the cocoon a tiny bit to bring in Versus Saxon Hail and Zombie Infection, and then for Smissmas, do we get a new game mode? Not really, we just get a new boss, which is cool. It's honestly probably better warranted than anything else that they could have done for Smissmas. I know that a lot of people were dreading that Prop Hunt could have happened. And they're so happy that it didn't. And you know what? I would have been fine with Prop Hunt, personally. I mean, I'm probably one of the few rare people that, you know, enjoys Prop Hunt. Back in my day, I sound like an old person, but before casual TF2 was brought in by Valve, I was on community servers all the time. I was doing random stuff all the time, and Prop Hunt was one very common game mode that I found myself on with friends, and I have good memories about it. So I probably would have been okay with Prop Hunt. Do I think it would have been fitting for Smissmas? No, I don't think it would have been, but I do think that at least for the most part, I'm interested in seeing something new, and Krampus is like a fun main event for something that is going to stick to the formula really, really well. So Krampus, to go ahead and pour some praise on it again, is that it's well crafted. The map is really well made. There's no disparity between red and blue. It's evenly balanced. And Krampus is well made. It's a really good looking entity that follows the TF2 art style to a T. It also performs really well. There's no real issues with performance while playing on Krampus. The ideas and details make sense for Krampus to exist in this universe. And frankly, it just plays well. It's a lot of fun. I love fighting against TF2 bosses. In fact, I played several hours of this map alone because I thoroughly enjoyed it. So this video is not me really going in and attacking, the people who crafted this game mode. No, that's not it at all. I'm thinking more along the lines of what I want to see in the future so that, honestly, map creators could go ahead and have the courage to do that. Let's not play safe anymore. Let's go ahead and make something new. Let's make something that, honestly, Valve probably would have come up with in their headquarters because they had enough money to go ahead and be, I guess, they could basically be as creative as they want without any repercussions. Now, I think Krampus honestly should be loved. I think it's a very lovable map. I think it's a very lovable boss for it being a demon, of course. But I want something like Krampus, which it truly deserves. I want it to be remembered past Smissmas 2023. That's how much I liked it. That's how much I enjoyed playing this map, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. So if you haven't, definitely give it a shot, and please don't take this as a shot against them. This is just me just dreaming and reaching for the clouds, hoping that we make it. So thank you guys. I hope you guys stay warm. I hope you enjoyed this Smissmas update. Take care. Be safe. Bye.